Hi guys, I'm Sparkmaster Neon, and today I'm joined with my friend Drew, and we're going to talk about loving yourself. So, to me, loving yourself is about being comfortable in your own skin, embracing who you are, and striving to truly care about yourself, no matter what others may think. Because personally, true confidence and true strength comes from within, and you should focus on that. It doesn't matter what others think, what matters is what you think. So Drew, what does loving yourself mean to you?
I believe it means if you can look in the mirror and love what you see. Everything that you love about yourself, when you look in the mirror, you want to reflect back at you. So are you okay with how you look? Are you okay with your hairstyle, your shoes, your pants, what you wear? You always want to be able to love yourself in a way that no one else can. So that's what loving yourself means to me.
Yeah, I agree. But at the same time, you have your taste and others have theirs. It shouldn't matter what others think.
Of course.
Exactly. So now I want you to close your eyes. Imagine within the core of your being is a flame, and that flame is fueled by love and the love you have towards yourself. Like for me, I am a neon man that shines bright against the darkness of the world and strives to help anyone who is willing to listen. With each person I help, it fuels the flame within and strengthens my passion to do what I do and truly care about myself. And I will never stop trying to reach out. So Drew, what are some things you do to boost your self-esteem and fuel the flame within?
I think about the people that love me because it's important to love yourself, but it's also important that others love you too. I know that some people don't have that for themselves, but it's always important to have those people in your life. But this video here today is to remind people to love themselves above others. But for me, I know that my girlfriend loves me very much, so I go and talk to her, or my family. I always remember that my family loves me and that my friends care for me, so that also enhances my love for myself, because if they can love me, then I can love myself all the more.
Okay, yeah. Now in middle school, I got my first orange jacket, and at the time, all my friends had moved up to the advanced classes, and I was feeling very depressed, and I didn't really know, who I was or what to do with myself, and I just felt sad all the time because all my friends had left me. At least that's how I felt. And then I got the orange jacket, and suddenly people noticed me again. I was somebody. And it started giving me the strength to figure out who I wanted to be and embracing that side of me and embracing who I am. And eventually it became a part of who I am. That's why I wear my orange every day. Short story. There's a long story behind it, much longer than that, but that's the short story. Now, loving yourself is not something you wake up to. It takes time. And it's something I still struggle with every day with my depression. I'll have days where I feel awful and hate myself, and then days where I'm like, yeah, Neon Man, I'm awesome. And that's loving yourself. And honestly, the best way I've found is to shine as bright as possible, and no matter how many times you fall, to always rise up like a phoenix and live your phoenix tale. So Drew, when did you start loving yourself, and has it been a struggle for you as well?
It has, actually. I'm pretty cocky, and I do admit that. So I always believed in myself, but there was a time where I just woke up for me. And yes, it does sound like that's loving yourself, but it's not. I woke up more to survive than love myself. I got up, went to work, hung out with people, and that was about it. Played video games and just, woke up next day, same routine. But then a very special someone came into my life, and I fell in love with that person, and they fell in love with me. And the moment they fell in love with me was the moment I truly fell in love with myself, because the moment somebody falls in love with you, it only increases your love for yourself. And I think that was the spark that I really needed to get through life.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes seeing the love in someone else's eyes to strengthen your own love in yourself.
Yeah, and it's not just a person. Sometimes it can be an object, or, an animal, or even a house or something like that to increase your love in yourself. Just look around and you'll find the thing that makes you love yourself the most.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now I want to talk about some things I love about myself. I love that I'm not afraid to stand up for what I believe in, and I have the courage to stand out and say what I want to say and get my point across. I love my creative mind that allows me to create and express myself in so many different ways. And it's, it helps me fuel the story writing for my anime and whatnot that I'm writing, that I hope to put on the channel eventually in years to come. I mean, it's not close. It's a lot of work, and I'm just kind of starting it, but I really, really love it. Like, it's really cool.
Two main characters right here.
Yeah, it's about being a Sparkmaster in Spark of Life. It's based off of that, and it's really cool. I love it. I also love my capacity to lead. Like, I set the example, and people just tend to follow. I have people walking up and asking me, hey, I like the orange. The orange is awesome. You won't get lost. You stand out. And honestly, that makes my day. I love it when people point out that, hey, you stand out. Now, I like that. And I'm like, thank you. That makes me feel really good. Also, that leads me to my next one. I like that I like orange. Because without liking orange, my orange wouldn't work for me. So honestly, one of my favorite things I love about myself is that I can rock the orange and that I love the color itself and that it empowers me. I love that I see the good in others as well. No matter where you come from, what your past, or what you've done, I see the good in you. I see that you have the capacity to be good and be a better person, even if you haven't exactly embraced that side of you throughout your life. I give everyone benefit of the doubt. Even if it kills me one day, I would still love to say, you know what, they may have killed me, but honestly, I gave them the benefit of the doubt until it was too late. And honestly, the last thing I love about myself is that I always strive to shine bright and live a phoenix tale. And I can't say that enough. I love that motto. I love the empowerment it gives me, and I love how it describes how I live my life so perfectly. So, Drew, what are some things you love about yourself?
Well, one of them is actually the same as you. I love helping people and getting people out of the situations. There are some people who are beyond help. We've talked about that in early videos.
All you can do is try.
But, yeah, I do believe that I'm very good at helping people. I'm very good at thinking ahead of most people. And I like to use that to my advantage to get through life. It's one of the things that has helped me get where I am today. I love the fact that I'm extremely good looking. And I love the fact that I have people around me that care. So I believe that those are the defining things that define me.
Yeah.
It's
about embracing those things and loving. Yeah. The best way through loving yourself that it can bring out is that you stand in the crowd. We have such a focus on normal, and normal to me isn't even a real term. Normal to me is very opinionated and biased. If you ask 100 people what normal means, you're going to get 100 different answers. It's not something that is like specific things. It's something that is different perspectives view different things as normal or average. And honestly, I feel like you should be embracing who you are and standing out in the crowd as opposed to blending in and hiding in the shadows, Step into the light. No more hiding. Step into the light, shine bright, and live your phoenix tale. So, Drew, what are some ways you stand out in the crowd?
I'm 6'3", man. You're literally sitting in a high chair to make sure you can stand right next to me. I'm pretty tall, people. I stand out. But one of the things is, this other than that makes me stand out is my walk. I walk pretty chill and laid back and don't walk mostly as fast as other people because I have no need to walk fast, I'm confident in who I am, and I'm never really in a rush to be anywhere. So I can walk at my own pace. And I also walk with a swag to me because, I'm confident in myself, like I said. And people have pointed that out. They like the way I walk relaxed. I walk with confidence,
Yeah.
So, I get where I'm going at my own pace, at my own time.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what other people think.
Yeah.
That's another big thing is don't be afraid to be who you are. It doesn't matter what other people think. What matters is you think it's cool, and you should be embracing it because you think it's cool. Because you have your own unique perspective that makes you who you are, and that's the person you should be. You shouldn't be hiding, because hiding is a way of blending in and not truly embracing who you are. If you step into the light, shine bright, and live a phoenix tale, it literally helps you and encourages you to lead the life you want to live. It encourages you to be an example, follow your standards and expectations, and honestly, it all ties itself together. And you will always feel great about who you are because you truly love yourself and you don't care if you stand out in a crowd.
Yeah, how are you supposed to love yourself if you don't shine, if you're hiding in the shadows?
Yeah, exactly. And that if you hide in the shadows, it just kind of shows. It makes it seem like you're worried about what other people think because you're hiding. You know, what are you hiding from? You shouldn't be hiding from anything. You should be out and about doing your own thing, rocking your life, because it's your life. That's the thing. It's your life. It's not someone else's life. They shouldn't tell you what to do and what not to do. You should be telling yourself and deciding what you want to be, the person you want to be. And I would hope it's a positive person, because I encourage everyone to be positive and think positively and be an example to follow. And yeah. And another thing to do is, if you're feeling down or beat up, etc., you know, is to treat yourself. Like for me, if I have a long day at work and I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm like, oh man, just let me fall asleep. But I'm hungry, you know, I'll go out and I'll buy something to eat, you know, just not cooking and not using that energy. It makes me feel good. It's like, you know, hey, I spent this money and I got myself a treat. And honestly, I'm so glad I did, because I feel much better now. Or like when I'm feeling negative or I hit a creative wall, I'll go for a walk. And seeing the world and all the colors and all the space, it just reminds me of how small I am compared to the grand scheme of things. And it kind of helps me think things through a little more, and I don't feel so stuck. I feel open and free and to go wherever I want to go. And honestly, it helps a ton. So Drew, what are some things you do to treat yourself?
Well, I have a pretty simple life. I like to play video games, hang out with my girlfriend, you know, talk to my family. And it's always important, though, to do the things that you love to do. Legal things. Legal. They have to be legal. I don't want anybody running around saying, Leon and the tall guy told me to.
Yeah,
no, they have to be legal. But as long as you love doing them and they're safe to do, I believe that you should go out and do what you love to do. No matter what it is, you know, but be it skating or rock climbing or simply just hanging out, sharing a day with somebody that you care about. Those are all important things in life.
Yeah, exactly.
It's important to have time for you, you know, not just others.
Yeah, it's important to make time to treat yourself and relax. And, you know, sometimes life can get overwhelming. It's a good thing that you can take a breather and treat yourself and relax, clear your head, and go for gold later on. You know, there's a time for work and a time for play. And having that time for play reminds you that, you know, you made time for yourself, and that's a treat in itself. So, yeah. Another thing is, if you've done something that goes against what you believe, let's say you go against your standards and expectations, or you're setting the wrong example that you want to set. It's difficult when you hate yourself to kind of forgive it and move forward so you can love yourself over again. Like, for example, when I was a kid, me and my brother would fight a lot over video games and whatnot. I couldn't, articulate a lot of the stuff, and he'd beat me in fighting games and whatnot. And I'd get frustrated, and I was very frustrated as a kid. And one time, our argument got really heated, and he came at me, and I deflected him. I moved his body weight and shifted him around me so he wouldn't hurt me. And he ended up falling into the bed and hitting his head, and he needed stitches and whatnot. And even though he came at me and I deflected it, I felt awful. I hated myself for it. I'm like, he's my brother, and I hurt him. That's not okay. I need to rethink everything. And for a long time, I hated myself for the ways I treated him in the past. And eventually, I decided I needed to stop beating myself up because I was only making it worse. And I needed to be better with my actions and set a new example to follow. You know, be a better person in my mind. And eventually I learned to embrace who I was all over again. And I learned to love myself again instead of hating myself for something I had done and being stuck on that thing. I was able to relax, know I did it, not let it happen again, and keep moving forward. So Drew, has there ever been a time where you did something that you regret and you've learned to forgive yourself for it and move forward?
Yes, there has been. There was this one time where somebody I cared about did kind of betray me in a way, and I retaliated in a cruel manner and told them that they had to pay me back for something that they shouldn't have to. And I regret that every day, and it didn't take till they forgave me for me to forgive myself. But back to your argument with your brother, we're talking about love right now. That's called tough love, #tough love.
Yeah,
his brother's not watching this.
I still, I don't like that. I don't like, or harming people, even if they come at me and I deflect it. That's not what I'm about. honestly, I still feel bad. Even if someone gets hurt and I watch it happen, I feel bad. I'm like, oh man, that sucks. I wish I could have helped them not to do that, or I feel bad, you know? I'm like, how can I help? How can I make this right? Because I can't stand it when someone's in pain and I can't help out, or they're in a situation that even if they got themselves in that situation, and I'm like, I can't be there for them, it rips me apart. It's awful. But I strive to be a better person, and if I do something that I don't agree with, I try not to let it happen again. I try to be better, so that way I can truly love myself and put it behind me and keep moving forward and be a better person for it. I learn from my mistakes and I keep going. But yeah, I get you. Yeah. Anyway, that's been our video. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. You can hit the notification bell and have it personalized so you see it on occasion, or you can hit all and be notified whenever we post a video. In the comments, I'd love to hear things you guys love about yourself, or ways you have embraced who you are. I even answer some of the questions I've asked Drew today. And as always, shine bright and live a phoenix tale.